Hey, what is going on, everybody? I'm back with another video of Fortnite Battle Royale. So today we have the same video that we did a couple, I think, last season ago. We are doing another tips and tricks video. Of course, this is another replay video, and as you can see, what's going on there. All right, as you can see, it always is a little glitchy with replay mode. They definitely need to fix that. But today we are gonna do a video of best tips for season 6 and a couple of things that come within season 6, like the meta, the double barrel, the guns that have the weapons that have been valid, and locations and other things that I'll be explaining later on in this video. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure to go ahead and do that. I think I'm gonna do a tips and tricks video maybe every season or every month. So we're gonna see about that and how that turns out. So again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that. And if you do find these tips useful, make sure to subscribe to my make sure to like this video. And yeah, let's get right to it. So I guess we're gonna talk about the new meta, the meta of season 6. So a lot of people thought that the double pump was gonna come back to season 6, that it was gonna come back to Fortnite, and there was gonna be double pump back, but that did not happen within season 6. It's still a spraying meta, and it's still the SMG meta. So that has not happened within this game. We still have to use the shotgun and the SMG. I don't know what you guys would rather, the spraying meta or the double pump meta. Comment below what you guys think. But there is some things that I've gotten out of season, out of the game, that have maybe almost affected the meta by a small percent. So the validated weapons, the guns that have been taken out of the game. This has been the Silence SMG. We all know that gun. It was the old school SMG, and it has now been taken out of the game. I don't know why they took it out of the game, because it was really, I guess because they found it more useless now. I don't really think that the taking out the Silence SMG kind of affected the meta in any way, because either way I would take the normal SMG over the Silence SMG, because it's just a lot faster. So that has been taken out of the game. Bouncers has also been taken out of the game. This kind of affects the way the gameplay that we play, as in Fortnite, because bouncers, I don't know why they took out bouncers out of Fortnite. I don't know what was the reason for that. I didn't do my research as well, but I do know that it did take out the bouncers, and that kind of affects us in a way, because of course if we don't have bouncers, it's a little more hard to rotate and kind of leave the storm if we're in a tight position. But you know, that has been unfortunately been taken out of the game. And another thing that I really want to talk about, and what this kind of goes in with the bouncers, the storm has fastened. They made the storm much faster than it was before. So this kind of comes in with the bouncers, and affects the way we play, because we're gonna have to rotate much faster than we used to, because the storm comes in a lot faster and a lot harder. And the bouncers most likely would have helped within that situation, and not only to get down mountains fast, as mostly like really fast as possible, you know, just completely put a bouncer down and just jump down the entire mountain. That is now something we cannot do unless we have a launch pad. Also, speaking about launch pads, this is a tip for you guys to never, well, most likely never do, especially if you're in a solo game or a squads game. Then you're most likely not gonna want to do this. Is building a stair for your launch pad way too high, because there's that 1%. There's like that percent. I don't want to say 1%, but that's that percent of someone that's gonna find you, end up seeing you, and just gonna shoot it down. And before you can even place your launch pad, you're gonna fall to your death and completely die. So you don't want to build it that high. Maybe I would say 8, 9 up, maybe, depending on how far you even need to go. If you are like far away from the storm, far away from the circle, then you might want to build it a little bit high, but don't build it extremely high where players can see it and just completely shoot you down to your death. So that's definitely something you want to avoid. And also, I did want to talk about the double barrel. The double barrel has been nerfed. Yes, it has been nerfed, and a lot of people have been saying this because the gun has been overpowered. Even I have said it within my videos. I have said that the double barrel is too overpowered, just because it only takes like around maybe a shot or 2 shots for someone to be able to kill someone with the double barrel. And a lot of people has talked about this as well as this Daquan. Not recently, but a few days ago, tweeted that saying that double barrel is good. He doesn't believe that it should be nerfed, but he does believe that the shotguns should have been more the normal pump and the normal and the heavy and attack should be improved a little bit to actually make those guns kind of balance with the double barrel, because a lot of people, if you get the if you get the double barrel, then you basically almost win the game. If you could get nice and close to your enemies, then you would be able to win the game. That's why a lot of people thought that the double barrel was strong, myself included, overpowered. So now stating that it is nerfed, I think they took it out by, I forgot how many, 30 damage less, or like 40 something. I don't remember as well, but I do know that it has been nerfed by a pretty big number. So I'm guessing that nowadays I'm not really sure because I haven't really been playing Fortnite. This is actually my first game right here, and I actually ended up getting a victory out and decided to make a tips and tricks video. So yeah, I'm guessing that the heavy shotgun now is better than the double barrel. A lot of people have been saying the same thing as well. So that could be a possibility, and I most likely already would have way before the double barrel was already nerfed, just because I find it hard sometimes to actually get nice and close to people because everyone's always building in this game. So I usually would always grab the tack, just because it was just my thing. I love the tack. It was honestly really amazing to grab, and I loved it. So the heavy shotgun might be better. I most likely will take the double barrel over the pump and the tack. I'm not really sure just yet. Again, I haven't been playing for that long because my Xbox Live card has actually ended. So it took me a couple 3 days to actually get that Xbox Live card. That's why I haven't been posting or streaming at all. There's always a reason for me to do it. I really don't like replay. Like, look in the top in the underneath the map. It literally says 100 players, and I don't know if I got a kill yet. But either way, it says 100 people where there's not. That's why I hate replay mode. But either way, anyways, yeah. So I probably would take the double barrel over the pump and the tack. But again, I'm not sure because I haven't really been playing that much myself. So that's something that you have to look in. But if you do end up grabbing a double barrel, and you know you can, and if you know that you can get nice and close to people, then I recommend having a good SMG. When I mean a good SMG, I mean either the blue normal SMG or if anything, the P90. Any rarity of the P90 would be nice, because the P90 is one of the best, well, it's the best finishing weapon as of right now. So if you do want to have a double barrel, I definitely recommend having a good SMG with it. And even if you want to, having a grappler is nice as well. But also something about the grappler, it has been reduced from 15 ammo to 10. So that's definitely something that has changed in season 6. So but either way, if you have the durable, it's probably nice to have the grappler to actually move around. If you do end up missing those 2 shots, it's probably nice to have the grappler to move around and rotate out of the area where you were fighting with that person. Another thing is new locations. So there's not that much locations within season 6. The map is rarely the same almost. There is a couple of new things that have been added in the game, like for example the castle in Haunted Hills, the haunted castle, whatever thing. The ruins, that's not really new, but they have been a little bit, they have changed since season 5, so they're definitely a little bit different. But something for sure that has changed is the floating island. Something about the floating island. I personally, since I first dropped into the floating island, I always thought that it was a good loot spot. It definitely has a lot of loot, so much loot. I actually, so and it's also definitely a good area to get those high kills. So if you want to get those high kill games, the floating island is probably gonna be a good area to jump out of. It's not that hard to actually survive floating island because you can easily just jump out of the island and just completely run away from your enemy if you do get in a sticky situation. So I think the floating island is a pretty good area to jump out. I don't know if the floating island will decrease of the population after a while. Um, but that's definitely something you want to be at for right now. Also, there is less rifts in this game right now. As of right now, there has since season 5, there's less rifts. You know, in season 5 there was like rifts everywhere, rift there, rift there. Season 6 has came and there's a little more amount of rifts out there. I know there is a rift in Wailing Woods. Everybody knows about that rift. And I think there is some in like Paradise Palms. I don't know all the new locations. I know that they are more hidden, so it's definitely gonna be a little bit harder rotating unless you find a rift to go, which will definitely be nice to have. But uh, yeah, you're definitely not gonna see as much rift as you would have since season 5. So that's something that will be a little bit harder to rotate. Even stating that uh, the storm has actually moving a lot faster since last time we knew it. So that's definitely something you need to watch out from. Okay, let's see. What was it that I was gonna say? How do I forget my things? Alright, so Silence Scar and the normal Scar. This is definitely a hard one. I would say the Silent Scar, in my opinion, is a lot more accurate. I think it all kind of depends on which scar you would rather have, because if anything, the Silent Scar is definitely more accurate, and of course it is more, undercover, and a lot of people might not be able to hear you with the Silent Scar. But I think the normal Scar is most likely a lot stronger. It definitely puts more of a punch in your enemies, so it all kind of depends on what you are trying to do. So let's just say if you're in that final circle with the final guy, it's probably a better idea if you grab the normal Scar to finish him off. Of course, if you have a legendary Silent Scar and versus a normal purple Scar, it's probably a better idea to take the legendary one, just because, I mean, why not? So that's definitely something you want to look at. Oh, I just remember what I was trying to say about the rifts. The rifts. So I know everybody knows there's rift to goes out there. So the rift to go, I definitely recommend if you have, let's just say you see something that you want, like let's just say you see a med kit right there, but you see a rift to go there as well, and you know that you're not even close to the circle, and you just need to go to the circle as fast as possible. Well, you want to try this technique, which I have learned within watching videos, is when you use the rift to go, immediately start pressing the X button, and you'll use the rift to go, and you will also pick up the item that you wanted, like the med kit. So that's definitely something you want to do, because it's a lot smarter. Let's just say that it's a lot smarter to do. So you definitely want to do that. Another thing that which I always say in my videos, you want to have meds. Meds is something you need to have in your inventory. I know that rocket launcher looks nice. I know that heavy legendary sniper looks good in your inventory, but you need to have some sort of med, at least one sort of med in your inventory. Some mini shields, a big shield. You want to have at least some kind of meds in your inventory, because you most likely will not survive if you don't. So that's definitely something you want to do. Same thing as I said for wood. You definitely want to have wood when you're in battles because this game is basically about building. And again, it is not Minecraft, but it is Fortnite. So, well, actually, this game is almost like Minecraft. It's basically Minecraft these days. So this game is about building. You need to build. Everybody builds. Everyone in this game builds. I don't think I've seen anybody, barely anybody in this game that doesn't build. Even the defaults build. So grabbing resources and wood and all those kind of things is definitely something you want to do. And don't rush, people. This, I can't preach this enough. Do not go. And I know that you might want to get those high kill gains, and of course in this game I don't even get that much high kills. By the way, if you want to see the video of me of tips and tricks on how to actually get those high kills, I'll leave it in the end of this video, and also I'll leave it down in the description, so make sure to check that out if you want to. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. As I was saying, you don't want to rush, people, without having resources, and definitely without having meds or any HP at all. So be smart with it. Be smart. Right here, as you can see, I'm kind of playing it really passive right here. So something right there. But I haven't had a victory out in a while, so I was really trying to get that victory out. So yeah, if you're probably trying to get that victory, I probably recommend being more passive as well. That's also another tip that you should maybe recommend. Unless if you're trying to get those high kill games and also getting the victory out, then that's you, you know. But at this point, I was just trying to get that victory out, regardless of any kills that I got. So I was playing it passive within this game. So that's something you might want to keep in mind when you're actually doing that. Another thing is, like I said, same thing goes for resources, but learning to build. You want to have resources, but if you can't build, then what's the point of having all those nice resources in your inventory if you don't know how to build? Honestly, I recommend, this is my biggest recommendation to you, and that is just basically go into playground mode by yourself, no fill, and basically just building. Like, this is how I learned. You know how there's a stairs, there's a floor underneath the stairs, and there's a wall, and you repeat the same process. I learned that in one day. Why? Because I was determined to find out, and I learned in one day, and I could honestly do it now. So I did the same thing for the stairs and just the wall. That's how I learned how to build, because I would go to playground modes, or back then there wasn't really playground mode, so I would just go to normal games and learn how to build. And after a while, I became pretty good at it. I'm not the best at building. I'm not gonna say I'm a god at building, but if there's anything that I'm interested in learning, I learn it before, getting into huge battles and expecting to be like a god at this game and not training. So you definitely want to go. I recommend it, at least, going into a playground, no fill, and just doing whatever, learning how to build, train yourself, train your mind. So that's definitely what you do. And if you really want to be a big god at this game, you want to get all those victory outs, you want to get all those kills, it would be nice if you learned how to edit. Like, I don't know if you've seen these edit guys on YouTube, but they are amazing. And honestly, I've been trying to learn how to edit myself. Not too long ago, I was learning how to edit a stairwell, because I didn't know how to edit for nothing, especially when it came to stairs. I did not know how to edit them at all. Now I know how to edit them however way I want them, and I learned that in one day. Why? Because I went to a normal playground mode and just did basically editing. You want to learn how to do these things if you want to be an extreme Fortnite player. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind when you are playing Fortnite. So I guess those are the tips and tricks that I have for this video. I'm gonna leave you with the rest of this game and kind of narrate as the game goes through. But if you did like these tips and you did find it helpful, make sure to drop a like, and yeah, let's go for 5 likes. 5 likes is what we're going for. That's my like goal right there, so make sure to do that. So right now I'm just gonna narrate what has been going on right here. Of course, I see this guy right here, and I was trying to play of course passive and waiting. I was waiting for those. Oh god, I was waiting for those two right there to actually fight it out and kill each other. I was waiting behind the rock, but of course he threw a rocket at me. And you definitely want to build. That's what I say when you need to want to build. And I was trying to rush him. I was gonna rush him, but of course he started shooting rockets at me, and I honestly hate when people shoot rockets. Again, here I come trying to rush him. He tries to shoot me down, and here's where I try to shoot him, at least get some damage onto him, but I miss, as you can see. So we were kind of going through a battle right here where we were just seeing whoever got the kill on them, and I did not know where the other guy was. So another thing you want to keep in mind is when you build, don't just build a wall right in front of you, because there could be enemies from the sides. You will never know. And honestly, I didn't know where this guy was. That's why I was looking around. I was expecting him to be right there in that little house right there. That's why I was looking at it. But then I heard that he got sniped. I heard him getting sniped, so I knew this is my chance. I did not notice him inside of the bush right there. Now that I see it now, I notice him in the bush. And I'm looking around, making sure to see if I find him. I was thinking that he was right below me. So I go down, I try to find him. I did not find him at all. Then I see him right there in the storm. I start building a wall. I was trying to go for that storm kill right there. And then I block him off again. And again, right there, he dies to the storm. I went for the storm kill. I trolled him. Honestly, he probably should have built it. And of course, you gotta meme. You gotta do the meme. Of course, you can't see the victory yet because it's just a replay. So I'm memeing, whatever. Those are my tips and tricks for you guys, and if you liked them, make sure to drop a like. If you found it helpful, make sure to drop a like, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'll be doing a whole bunch of these in the future and a whole bunch of Fortnite videos, so make sure to be subscribed for that. And if you're nice enough to follow me on my social medias, all of them will be down below: Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all of them down below, so make sure to go check that out. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.